Hello, everyone. Welcome. Wait, do we say by the right of the council? That's Tom's thing, right?
That's Tom.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Jedi Talk. I'm your host, Brad Hughes. And another Tomless episode. You know, some of the best episodes are without that ginger fuck ruining everything.
I don't know about that.
I hope he's listening to this going, hey, man. No, we're just kidding. Shouts out to you, buddy. You said you were going to send me something, and you didn't. So I guess you're not getting your opinion of this episode of Ahsoka. Still nothing. Of Ahsoka on the show. Sucks to suck, bro. But hello, I am here with 2/3 of the council, myself included, with a man who is currently picketing the Moana attraction at EPCOT, Evan T. Boucher. Evan, what's going on, brother?
Adiga and good journey. There's a lot to unpack in this first 2 minutes of the show.
Woo!
But yeah, I just don't care because first off, it's a water fountain, so I don't need to go see it.
And it took 3 years to make.
And it took 3 years. And also, aside from everything Star Wars, the last 15 things they've made have been meh at best. So I don't need to go see a waterfall.
I don't think Cosmic Rewind's meh.
I do.
I think Tron is meh as fuck.
I don't really count Tron in that because they made that like 5 years ago, technically.
Yeah,
in
it's
Shanghai,
still here.
6 years ago.
Still new thing here.
So yeah, but I don't really count that. And I do like it, but
my dog loves you. He won't. He's sitting, looking up at you.
Dude, I'm holding
He's
Jack
looking
right
at
now.
you
This is
like
awesome.
like you're his chosen one, like you're his savior.
hi, buddy. It's okay that Tom didn't send anything because I think we all know. Tom
I think we know Tom's
loves
opinion.
this episode.
Yeah, we all love this episode.
But who doesn't? Well, I can't say that because there's idiots online that don't like this episode.
There's gonna be anything.
I found a guy that doesn't even like the whole series so far. I'm like, what? Who are
wild.
you, bro? Like,
that's wild to me. That's a contrarian.
it has to be.
That's a contrarian. That's somebody who just is shitting on something.
You know, you've probably heard of him at least. Jeremy Johns. He does like reviews on YouTube.
Hey, everybody, I'm Jeremy John. He was on Collider, yeah.
Yeah. I usually like most of what he says.
I hate his
but
opinions.
he hates
usually.
Ahsoka. I'm like, bro, you're out of your mind. This is the best Star Wars series.
It's that's tough. Mando's got 2 season head start on it.
Yeah.
And I think the way they were able to tie in greater canon is fucking cool in Mando.
They're doing that too now.
Oh, for
Ahsoka,
sure. But I'm just saying, I need to see more of Ahsoka before I give it that. Because Mando's got 2 seasons on it.
Yeah, that's
now,
true.
the third one was not good. So it really has one
I liked
season on it.
But like
it was okay.
It was nowhere near 1 or 2.
It wasn't as
or
good
even
as,
nowhere near Ahsoka.
It's not even as good as Ahsoka's been so far.
Not even close. Ahsoka's been 80% good.
Yeah.
Good or great, even.
I would say great. 80% great.
You know, I think Tom's probably just a little upset because, Austin called him out for breastfeeding his child.
He did.
You know?
I thought he was going to get mad at that. I'm glad he didn't.
I didn't think he was going to because, it's being progressive. It's 2023.
If there's one thing we know about Tom, it's
too now,
how progressive Tom Okri is.
Yeah.
He's mad at me while he's cleaning his gun listening to this.
Probably. Sitting on his porch. Dude, I feel bad for whatever guy dates his daughter in 20 years, whenever.
20?
30. Whenever.
When do kids start dating?
Yeah.
My son's getting to that age, and it's like he's starting to talk about girls at school, and it's so weird because I remember being in 6th grade, and I was like that too. I always was liked girls at a very young age.
And you're going to have to deal with the other end of that now eventually. We're not going to talk about that now because it's years and years off. But
not years and years, man. I mean, it's only like 4.
Jeez.
4 or 5. My son takes after all my bad qualities, but my daughter kind of, don't roll your eyes. I saw that.
And that wasn't me rolling my eyes. It was
Holly. Don't roll your eyes at me. But my daughter is like all the good parts of me. She's compassionate. She's gentle when she wants. Like she's. It's almost like the devil and the angel on the shoulder. My son's the devil. My daughter,
like on Mortis.
Oh God.
Which we might even get after what we got today.
We might. Oh God. All right. Well, we can talk about children in another episode. We got too much stuff to talk about today on this one. So let's do some news real quick. The only 2 things I have of news are the fact that they're showing Ahsoka in theaters.
Yeah,
episode 5, which makes me go, what the fuck is an episode 5?
Well, if it's better than episode 4, that's saying a lot. Because episode 4 was awesome.
Also, is it long? Is it longer?
I don't even know. I think.
Why are they throwing this in theaters for free, by the way?
That's another thing. Free.
Yeah.
Is there a catch?
This is what
you have
me
to
and Tom
pay
said.
for the air you're breathing while you're inside instead or something?
This is what me and Tom said. Me and Tom said that we think this is a test to judge interest in putting these type of Star Wars stories into theaters.
Oh, dude, if they do that, we'll watch all of them.
I would go 100% and like over 3 days watch 3 series of Mando.
Ago, yeah, 5 minutes ago before we're on air, we'd even go watch Andor.
Yeah, I would 100%. I actually would bet you money that would make me like Andor more.
Probably.
Because of like being in the big, like to me, there's always been. This is why I was a little hesitant about these Star Wars shows. He's out. He's asleep on him. Holly.
I think Jack
fell
just
asleep
fallen asleep in my lap.
On Evan. I think the reason why I was there's just something really cool about being in a theater experiencing Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I think even with these little small stories, that is very loud.
Can you hear it in the headphones?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh wow.
I think you can. Hang on.
It'll just make all of our listeners hungry. Yeah,
we're making dinner and we're doing it. So we're still not in the back cave. I'm moving, so the garage isn't going to be an option anymore. But we're moving into a 4-bedroom townhouse, so there's going to be a studio at my house. I'll just be the one out of the way. It's really not that far. It's only 12 minutes from here. 12 minutes from here, so not bad at all. It's the same time it takes to get to Tom House. It's just
it's the same.
Difference, so. Yeah. Just on the other side of I-4 that way.
It was a good run. I had a good few months living.
Had a good few months living here.
I move in and he moves out.
I'm gonna Coincidence?
I think not.
I'm going to try to get you to where we're moving because they're really nice.
Oh, yeah.
And it's about what we pay here.
I'm sure Taylor's already got a place she's looking at, the way she operates, which is not a bad thing. Like,
thinking ahead's a smart thing to do.
We definitely do want to move one day.
I'm going to post a picture of this on our Jedi Talk podcast.
Because Taylor needs to see this picture.
How cute this is. Perfect.
Yeah, I had the privilege, I think we talked about it, but I have the privilege of watching the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka in a theater.
And it makes it different,
right? It was incredible.
It just makes it so much better.
Yeah, and
I got to do the same thing with Obi-Wan.
Maybe 40, 50 like-minded fans.
That's it?
That made it even better. Yeah, it was like empty.
That's wild.
So that was just...
Yeah,
the people we were watching it with, but also just being in a theater.
Yeah, there's the communal experience. Like when you see comedies in theaters, they're better because people are laughing, and it's like it's a fun thing. Yeah, I felt the same way about Obi-Wan. It was like I got to see episodes 1 and 2 at Celebration.
Yeah, dude.
And that was, the hype around that.
Yeah.
It was almost like movie level hype where you're like, holy crap.
For good reason. And like I said, I like it, but it never lived up to that hype.
It never got
had like 1 or 2 scenes that did, but as a whole, it didn't.
As good as it could have gotten.
No.
And that's frustrating. Now, Ahsoka, on the other hand, I
didn't think Ahsoka would be better than Obi-Wan.
I didn't think so.
Here we are, and it is.
Mm-hmm.
You can't deny it.
Yeah, 100%. Except you, Jeremy Johns, you cuck.
Right. He's just like
I don't mind Jeremy
getting
Johns.
cynical though anymore. He just hates everything. Yeah. Which
I think as a reviewer, you get to a point where you see so much crap.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, I think that's fair.
Yep.
That's just it's like bourbon reviewing, right? You drink. Don't start barking. It's just Holly. There gets to be a point with bourbon reviews where like, okay, this is terrible, and like 6 months ago, I probably would have loved it, but like now, my tastes have changed and evolved.
Agrees.
Jack, can you stop? Yeah. Who are you trying to? Are you trying to be the new Winston on the show?
We already have Winston.
I don't know if Holly listens. Winston screams at us every episode on the show. We'll say something. He'll just start screaming in the background. You can hear him. He does it on Fourth Mother Box too.
So let's just do brief non-spoiler.
Brief non-spoiler.
Some big spoilers. So we
got one more news story to talk about. They released a 2-pack Ahsoka Black Series
that looks dope.
in the good packaging.
Yeah,
with her and the HK droid.
Yeah, dude.
I might get that one because
I'll get it.
I'm going to start collecting Black Series again because they went back to the packaging, and I have to support that right decision.
Exactly.
Same way I feel about the HasLab, but that's just really bad timing with moving.
A rare case where they actually listened to the people that voted with their wallet.
Yeah, 100%. And that will be everything if everyone continues to go down that path.
We should count up how many we did not buy because of the bad packaging. Probably 50?
I even found them on clearance the other day. Oh, probably more than that.
More than 50?
Probably more than 50.
Holy cow.
I saw them on clearance the other day, and I was like, do you want to grab them for like $12? And I was like, nope. I was like, I'm standing hard.
If someone was giving them to me, maybe.
Even then, I wouldn't want them. They're not good to display.
I would open them then. If someone gave them to me
Have you seen what it looks like when you open them?
No.
Oh, it's Holly, show them that picture when you get a chance.
Man.
About what the Black Series look like when you open them.
Man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It looks terrible.
Well, I would just take them out and display just the figure itself.
Yeah.
If I got them for free. I'm not buying them.
I'm not buying them. Unless I'm buying them for like $3 where I know they're taking a hit.
I don't know. It'd have to be
because then you lose money. Then you lose money.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I want them to suffer. You made a really bad, stupid decision. All right. So that's only news. Did you see anything else?
No, it's not Star Wars related.
D23's coming up.
But yeah, that's the state of Disney right now. That 3 huge Disney fans like me, you, and Tom didn't even remember that Destination D23 is this weekend.
Oh, I remembered. You just didn't. Don't speak for me. How dare you?
I don't know. We were all like, oh, yeah, I guess that is this weekend.
Yeah. But I knew it was happening.
Because the only thing they're going to say is Figment meet and greets coming soon.
Oh, you heard it first here on Jedi Talk. We broke the news.
So, yep.
Take that. What's his name? Josh. What's his name? Josh DeMauro? No.
I don't know.
What's the guy's name? The guy you don't like.
Yeah, Josh DeMauro.
Josh DeMauro. Yeah. Sure. Fuck you, Josh.
Yeah, that's the only thing they're going to announce. So, yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if they're like, just kidding. Now that the Halcyon's all booked up, we decided to keep it going. Voyages are not bookable through October 1st.
That would be amazing, but they would never do that.
October 1st. That'd be nuts. All right, so let's dive into spoiler-free thoughts. Fucking great episode.
Yeah, man.
I'm loving all the lightsaber fights. I don't think it's a spoiler, but there's so many lightsaber fights.
They're differently paced than the sequels and the prequels, and they're kind of like the originals.
They're
but
way
different.
More like original.
Yeah, they're closest to that, but they're still different.
There was actually a moment between two characters that was like the same choreography as Vader and Luke.
Yeah.
And I noticed that when we were watching it last night.
Oh, 100%.
And that made me very happy. Because I know those lightsaber fights, especially with the prequels and animations of it, those are so primitive, but there's just something about them that just look great. Yeah. I guess it's because it's just what you grew up watching.
And people are always like, oh, why do they fight like that in the originals when in the prequels they're doing all this stuff? Like,
they're trained more.
It's because the training's different. And also there's, when you talk about Anakin, first off, he's a completely different person, literally and figuratively. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But also he hasn't fought a lightsaber in how long? Yeah. You know, he's not fighting every day like he did in the Clone Wars.
That's one of the things the comic books do that piss me off. It's like make him like this, like jumping around and shit. And you're like, he doesn't do that as much. And
yeah.
those are, and it's a comic book.
And comic books are like
liberty.
Half canon.
Yeah,
you know, we already know that. So
yeah, what do you, canon adjacent?
Yeah,
conveniently canon.
Right.
All right, my spoiler-free thoughts were: holy shit, best episode, 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give it like.
I'm just ready to see Thrawn. I'm just ready to see Thrawn.
Yeah, they're good. I bet that's next week.
episode.
We've seen basically everything in the trailers except Thrawn.
Yeah.
So he's next week.
I think next week, and
in the theaters too. That's got to be why
I
they're
can't
saving
wait.
the Thrawn
I
reveal
think so.
For the theater.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm excited to go do that. That'll be really fun. But yeah, what did you think? I know what you think, but
yeah, I mean that's they can't really say much without spoilers because like it had some awesome lightsaber fights, which we saw some in the trailers, so that's not like a spoiler or anything. But this had great character stuff for even the characters that I thought were weak in this series. They weren't weak in the series that they like first came out in, but in this Ahsoka series, some of these characters are like, I guess you're fine. But now I'm like, oh, you have some character, and that's a hard choice that you made. And
there's one character specifically that in this episode that did that. When we get to spoilers here in a second, that I was like, we were watching it, and then there's a thing that happens, and who cares?
Yeah.
Let's just talk spoilers. Spoilers now.
So we're just gonna jump to the end first. Obviously.
Yeah, just because we're talking about it already. When Sabine handed the map over to Balin,
dude, yeah,
whoa. Okay. We were watching it, and I was like, she's not going to do it. I said, it'd be way more interesting if she does. And then she did. And I went, holy shit.
Right, because he easily could take it from her through force or just literally by using the force, just force pulling it out of her hands. But, like, he went a different route. And
I think this is as close as you're going to get to the gray Jedi theory that has been
which is
around.
I like that idea. I just hate that name.
Yeah,
so
me too.
Don't call him gray Jedi.
But I mean,
it's cool.
I get it. Light, dark, gray.
So
I get it.
Keep the name gray, but not Jedi because Jedi are the light.
What would you call them?
I don't know. Combine Jedi and Sith. Jith. Gray Jith. That sounds terrible.
You wouldn't want to call them a gray. That sounds like a... Did you just burn yourself? I thought I saw that. Dingbat.
I don't know. There's a term in there. I'm not smart enough.
I don't know. What would it... I'm trying... okay.
The middle. I don't know.
The middle.
Yeah. But it's kind of what the Bendu... That's what the Bendu says. He's like, I am the one in the middle. But... Yeah, like I was like, well, I watch it with Taylor, and I was like, the whole time Sabine's making this choice, I'm like, she's gonna screw the entire galaxy just for Ezra, just to hang out with Ezra again. Like,
yep, that's wild. That's so
selfish.
It, but like, no, I don't. That's selfish.
If you didn't see your friend for like, what is it now? 5 years?
You've kind of already gotten over them at that point.
It's more than 5 years, true, and you never thought you could see him again, but then you have this chance.
It's like 10 years.
Yeah. So now you have this chance that you never thought you have. What do? Do you take that chance, or do you say, no, I'll never see you again?
Let's be real. Would you let Hitler come back if you hadn't seen me in 10 years and could hang out with me for potentially? You just don't even know if I'm alive.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the whole thing. She doesn't know for a fact that he's there.
True. And I was about to say, well, maybe they know that there's a plan in place to stop. But no, there's not, because we know Mon Mothma and Hamada Ziono suck. So they don't have a plan if he does come back. So that'd be like you said, if Hitler was coming back and no one had a plan. That's tough, man.
I don't think I would.
I would like to say I'd not give him the map, but I don't know.
I wouldn't. I mean, you just can't. It's just too many other people are at stake to be that selfish.
Yeah. Which is a direct callback to Ezra. That's what, and Kanan. Kanan's the Jedi are the people that make the choices that people can't.
Yep.
So Ezra did that. Well, Kanan did it first, obviously.
And it's a lesson for Sabine.
Yeah, and then Ezra did it, and then Sabine didn't make the choice that other people couldn't. She gave in. So, yeah, I was turned to Taylor. I'm like, wow, she's either going to screw the entire galaxy or not. And I can't believe she did.
That's nuts to me.
It's kind of like...
That was such a weird left turn in a great way.
Yeah. It's in idea only. It's kind of like when Peter Quill freaks out on Thanos. When they all they have Thanos trapped and he just says wait, you killed Gamora, and freaks out and he frees Thanos on accident.
Yeah.
Same idea, just I actually think the Sabine thing's kind of better because it was a choice.
I do too. The choice. It wasn't just an anger thing.
It's that same thing where it's dang, I kind of liked you, Peter Quill. Now you suck. It's
now
dang,
you
Sabine,
ruined everything. Yeah.
I like you, but you suck. I like the character, but that's a bad choice.
Do you think Sabine from the Clone Wars would have done that?
No, but she's been through so much. And Baylan even says it. She's like, your family died on Mandalore kind of because of you.
Yeah.
She's been through so much. And that's why, even I said it, I think, after 1 and 2. I was like, I don't know if Sabine feels like Sabine and Hera feels like Hera. But I'm like, after I said that, I've watched the episodes a few times. But I've also thought, I'm like, they've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Since the last time we saw them. So
I would say mostly
that
Hera.
They're a little different.
Hera's been through the most, or Ahsoka maybe.
Right. All
Sabine,
of them, honestly.
Sabine, though, it's just your friend. It's not like it's a love interest. It's a friend.
Yeah, I mean, friend /
dead guy's
brother,
wife.
but yeah.
You know the dead guy's wife thing?
Yeah. Kind of like that. But yeah, they've all been through so much. So of course, it's the whole Luke thing, that's not my Luke, but he's changed. He's been through a lot.
But that to me, there's way more of a arc for that.
Yeah.
Where it's Sabine is just, I'm sad.
Yes and no. She's doesn't want to lose another person.
But she hasn't done anything.
I think
she's still the same.
Baylan even says it too. That's the last part of your family you think you still have.
Yeah.
So it's
I get it.
Will you save your one piece of family and screw the galaxy? And
I just can't imagine the selfishness of that.
No.
I just can't imagine.
Yeah, man.
There's one thing
hard.
I'm not. It's selfish.
But it's another instance where she's
I was waiting to see if Holly rolled her eyes at me when I said that, and she didn't. How bad did you want to? I'm not selfish, am I? No.
But it's just another instance where Sabine has made the wrong choice. Ahsoka's don't touch the map. What you do, she takes the map.
Yeah.
Same idea.
It's when are you going to learn to quit fucking around?
Yeah.
That's my thing. It's
this
how
has
many
to
times,
be that lesson finally.
How many times do you have to learn that?
Hopefully twice, and then you're done.
So we're kind of doing the show backwards and how we normally do it. So let's
by the right of the council, by the will of the Force. Oh, man. How about that? That was me all night. All night after watching Ahsoka Episode 4 and being with Kyle's mom. It's been 2 weeks and the DJ horn probably hasn't made its presence on Jedi Talk, but never fear, Jedi Talk. I am doing well. Thank you for everybody who reached out with the well wishes and congratulations on me being a new parent. Yes, there's another Force wielder in the air. Star Wars fan, hopefully. Definitely a Metallica fan. I'll push it on her. I don't care. No. I just wanted to go quick hit thoughts. Hey, you're going to hear from me right now unless Brad or Evan spoiled it, but I will officially return to Jedi Talk next week to talk about Ahsoka Episode 5, which I'm sure the boys are going to talk about this. This is going to be in the movie theaters? Whoa. Is this test out? I mean, I got lots of thoughts on that, but y'all know me. And this is going to be spoiler-ridden. So, Brad, please put this at the end of the show, or when you guys, not at the end of the show, because, that's when people not stop listening, right? But, put it into a point where, you guys are talking about spoilers because, holy crap, the goosebumps on my arms are still standing up with the ending of Ahsoka. So I just don't know even where to begin. This is by and large the best episode of the 4 that we've seen thus far, easily. Y'all know I liked episode 3 better than Brad Nevin. Definitely the weakest of the 4, but I still liked it. But episode 4, best episode thus far. Top tier Star Wars content. Dave Filoni, take a bow, my guy, my man. Take a bow, and be just revel in the love that you deserve to get for you, just knowing the characters, knowing Ahsoka Tano, knowing just like giving us a real, true Rebel story that everybody can enjoy, and introducing new characters to us, and all the directors who have been involved and everybody involved in Ahsoka thus far. I know Dave gets a lot of the credit, but everybody, it's been fantastic. I've seen one specific complaint that somebody says that the tone was wrong, but they're probably an anti-Zack Snyder DC fan, so they probably got lost thinking they're watching Zack Snyder's Justice League. But look, you go right to the end, right? That's going to be pants tent formation for me over here with Anakin Skywalker looking ridiculously good, might I add. Obviously DH the face there. They're in the world between worlds. The first thing I think, I mean, after the smoke clears and you cry and with the goosebumps and you're seeing fucking Ahsoka Tano and Anakin Skywalker in live action for the first time, that's insane. It hasn't even been 24 hours. I watched this twice already. The first thing I did when after I officially woke up, after I texted Kyle's mom, I went directly into watching Ahsoka again. But just ending, what a spectacular way to end. What a spectacular way to end this episode, because it makes you want more. Like, I can't believe that I'm looking forward to Tuesdays now. Tuesdays at 9 p.m., like the new Friday, the new Saturday, the new, day off from work, call in sick, let's go. Tuesdays at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Y'all out there on the West Coast, get it easier, get it earlier, right? We're over here chomping at the bit. And I like that it's on Tuesdays, especially with football season starting soon. So that, once the smoke cleared, I really thought, and then I think, because remember Ahsoka earlier in the season said, Anakin never got to finish my training. Well, what's to stop the two of them from her learning from Anakin in the world between worlds? And I want to know, where did Anakin enter the world between worlds to save Ahsoka, a la the way Ezra did it in Rebels Season 4? Gosh, there's so much. Like, Evan made mention of the Tales of the Jedi Inquisitor dying the same way Merrick did. I think there's more to that. And I'm willing to be called out if I'm wrong here, that Darth Maul or a Knight brother's involved somehow. I don't know. There's so much going on in this episode. I don't want to take forever. I'm already coming up on 5 minutes. I just want to say this. When I make my return to Jedi Talk next week, I want you guys to hear me out why I think and feel very confidently about, through 4 episodes, that Ahsoka is better than The Mandalorian. See you guys next week on Jedi Talk. Have fun, boys.
Get up to the beginning of the show and kind of walk through it. You've
Right.
seen it twice now.
Yeah.
I only had a chance to see it one time.
I wanted to see it a third, but I just didn't, because I was making some gifts for the Halcyon crew.
Oh, what are you making?
I was putting them together. I don't want to say here, because I know they listen, and yeah, it's nothing too crazy, but it's a lot of fun making them, and I feel like it's more of like the thought that counts kind of thing.
Is it the building? Is like an enamel pen, and then it's like the building?
No.
There's like a construction bulldozer or thing like chain next to it.
If someone ever does that, they are the worst human being on this planet. You can't even come to the meetup, so yeah, you should come. You should come, and then we'll just be like, hey, here's $40 or whatever.
Be standing outside the railing waiting.
But
I'm gonna talk to the guys over at the Heroes of the Halcyon and see if there's anything I can do.
yeah, like I said, we'll just be like, here's $40 or whatever the ticket was, and you can come in. You'll be fine. But
How could I not be there?
yeah, we are the other 2/3 of the council.
I mean, but everyone's gonna want to see me, right?
I want to.
I'm trying to get Holly to roll. Do it.
Oh my gosh, man, I want you to be there though. Like, we all want you to be there. Yeah. So, what could have been?
Oh, it finally happened. Before we get back to the Ahsoka thing, I don't know if I texted it in our group chat or to Holly which one, but I was.
Yeah, it was in the group chat.
I posted a bourbon.
Somebody was like, "Wait."
I kind of went semi
Dang.
And someone commented like, "Wait, did you used to do Disney stuff?" I was like, "I remember you at Star Wars Celebration." I was like,
Hey, that's me. That could have gone one of two ways, and thankfully it went the good way. Yeah, thankfully it went the good way. There are a handful of good people on the internet, you just got to find them. Yeah.
Tom, you, I met all you guys. Josh, I met Josh on Twitter.
Yeah. Just got to find them.
Way more good than that.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway, back to Ahsoka.
So what probably should have been just an extra
Get up to the
15
beginning of the
minutes
show
on
and
this
kind of walk through it.
episode was
You've
what
seen it
part
twice
three
now.
was.
I've only had a
Just be
chance to see it
like,
once.
okay, Mon
I meant to
Mothma
watch it
sucks.
again today. I just didn't have a
Zona,
chance.
or Hamada Siono sucks, and then they fly to the planet. Got it. That's what they should
what
have
are you
done.
making?
Because they
Oh,
finally
that's right.
are
Yeah.
on the planet.
Tell me off air.
And then the bad guys find them. We get a cool fight between HK Droid and
the building?
Huyang, which
Is like an enamel
that
pen, and then
Huyang,
it's like the
kicks
building of the
ass.
Halcyon, and then there's like a construction bulldozer on
some
with
good
the thing on
pictures
the
of
chain
Jackie.
next
I
to
love
it.
But that was a good fight between those two. I like how he uses his like training arms on his back.
I might make
He's like part
stickers.
General Grievous, part like
Oh, I'm gonna beat the meetup.
yeah.
Make no mistake about that. I'm gonna make it happen. Me standing
Yeah,
outside
that'd
the
be
railing,
awesome.
like waiting.
And then you can make it canon, do a canon version of it.
I'm gonna talk to the guys over at the
Yeah,
Heroes of the
same.
Halcyon and see if there's anything I can do.
because I think you've said it before.
Yeah.
But I mean, because Rebels Yeah.
How could I not be there?
Rebels kind of has something pretty similar.
I mean,
pretty
but
close
everyone's
to
gonna
it.
wanna
So,
see
like,
me,
It's
right?
kind of canon already. It's just like
I'm trying to
when
see
you
if Holly's
write it,
gonna.
it's
I'm
not
trying to get
canon,
Holly to
but
roll
you
her
see
eyes.
what's
That's all
in
I'm doing.
But he's cool. He actually is
that
kind of
eye
going to
roll the
lose
first
that
time was
fight with the
intense.
HK
I'll be
droid,
there.
but
I'll be
then,
there. I'll be
Ahsoka
there.
and Sabine fly out and help him. I don't know who would have won.
Oh, it
between
finally
the two,
happened.
but doesn't
Before we
really
get back to
matter.
the Ahsoka thing, I don't know if I
Huyang and
texted it in a
HK?
group chat or to Holly, which one. But I was I posted a bourbon video yesterday that kind of went
Sabine comes out,
semi-viral,
like,
and
blasts
it
him.
has like almost 200,000 views in a day. And someone commented, they're like, "Wait, did you
And
used to
then
do
the rest
Disney
of the,
stuff?"
like,
He's like, "I remember you at Star Wars
henchmen come,
Celebration." I
she-
was like, "Yeah." He goes,
Ahsoka's,
"Hey
like,
man, glad
chopping
to
them
see you
up.
again."
That's the
I
Inquisitor.
almost
it was
didn't
cool.
respond.
That was cool. Yeah.
So
Ahsoka like dispenses.
yeah, of course, like Kevin, Tom, you. I've met all you guys. Josh, I met Josh on Twitter. Like,
So like
there's
Ahsoka
been way more
kinda
good than
taps-
bad.
We see it later
on-
in that
on there, but
episode. for
anyway,
sure,
back
she
to
taps
Ahsoka.
on the dark side a little bit here when she grabs this one dude and brings with the Force and pulls him in front of one of the other henchmen's blasters, and she just has him shoot his buddy, and then she throws both of them aside. It's like that was a dark way to go, but it was cool. So they dispatch all those henchmen, and Huyang's like, "Okay, you two,
He's
you
out.
make sure you stick together." Like, so that's cool. He says that because, like, obviously, we see what happens when they don't.
That was cool.
Yeah. So then they get a little ways, and we get.
He's so cute.
I feel like
Uh,
the fight between those two. I like how he uses his like training arms. Just
Yeah,
looking the heck
that
out of
was
my
cool.
eye.
He's such a cool character.
Well-
You know what I was thinking about last night? I was like,
Eh.
it'd be cool if they updated
It's
Star
fine.
Tours and took
So
3PO
they-
out and put him in. That'd be a great little
So when they
update.
run into
Yeah.
Shin and
I would
the
love a
Inquisitor,
canon version of Star Wars.
They obviously
always
know who can
said
match
that.
up with who, partially because the trailers,
But
but
always,
also
I mean,
'cause,
I
like
said it today,
three
just
matches.
now.
Because Ahsoka already
think I
fought
may
the
have.
Inquisitor.
Oh, I
and
have. I've said
Shin
let's
and
make it
Sabine
canon.
already
That
fought.
was one of my things I wanted from Galaxy's
Sabine
Edge.
lost the first match, and Ahsoka kind of won the first. I don't know. He ran away, so it was kind of a draw. But Ahsoka kind of won. I'll say Ahsoka won. Right. Yeah. So then they start fighting and all, and they split up. Didn't listen to Huyang.
Between who?
Some really cool fight choreography though here, because we see Ahsoka. For some reason, she's
I
going.
think it was kind of a
one
draw because they were
blade
like
this
both bad. And
entire
then
episode.
what's her name?
But it's
Was
cool
it
how she
Ahsoka-
uses
Sabine?
it.
And then
Well, I
Ahsoka.
Kind of know
chops
why
him in
against
half, right?
Balin, but I don't really know why against the Inquisitor. But like she's
Okay.
using the longer hilt, so she can have like two hands on it for like
Oh no,
more
that was
leverage
the
and more strength.
The
Because when she fights Balin, she's
Inquisitor
fighting a
that
dude
she-
that's like
yeah,
three
that
times her
was
size.
very, a very unique
so
twist
she would need
too.
that strength and leverage to
But
handle
weird
that
they
kind of hilt and
shot,
blade
chopped
against
him in
him.
the stomach, and he was.
But the
he
Inquisitor's
died,
not
but
really
Sabine was fine.
a huge dude,
Whatever.
so I don't know why she would need it against him. But she's using one against him for some reason. We get a lot of cool backhanded grips. And their choreography is really cool because the whole point of Inquisitors
Yeah,
they're
that
just
was
like
cool.
the weakest of the weak, lamest of the lame Jedi. So they just rely on like, look, my blade
That
can
was
spin.
That was cool.
And
That was
because they
very
don't
cool.
spin it themselves like Darth Maul, they just use the mechanics to spin. So obviously, oh, me too. If it ever comes to docks, I'll be there.
Because they won't.
Day one. So it's just cool to see that they're
I love
leaning
the
more into
set
like
design of the
Inquisitors
planet.
are supposed to be the
Look of it.
lamest of the lame. They
If he's
kinda
bothering you, just put him on
suck.
the
That's the
put him on
point.
ground.
That's why they
Chan.
weren't Jedi
Jack.
till the end. They were so bad that they
Hey.
gave in and were like, "Don't kill me, I'll
he's
join
not
you."
He's
And
not a
then
sucker.
They join.
Well,
Yeah.
actually. If he starts to annoy you, just put him on the ground.
Yeah, so after all the cool fight, the choreography is nice and all. And like I said, she's using the one hilt, the bigger hilt of the two. They go, Ahsoka like goes the overhead stance or whatever with that one blade, and then the Inquisitor spins his blade. She goes through his spin. She times it where her blade goes through the spinning blade, and just slashes across him. And he kind of like dissolves like the Inquisitor did in
So
Tales of the
she
Jedi.
didn't win at the end.
So I don't know if that's
gotta give her one.
It probably is on purpose because it's Filoni. So I mean, it's got to be an Inquisitor thing, which we've only seen 2 do it. Like Trilla didn't die that way. The other ones in Fallen Order don't die that way. So like, well, they can
Yeah, I wonder
possess
why
living
wonder
bodies.
why.
It happened in Rebels. They possessed Kanan and Sabine. Like so, he could have been. Last we saw him in Rebels, if it is the same character, it's not confirmed, but I'm 99% sure he's just the 8th brother from Rebels. Last we saw he was on Malachor, so that's not where the Night Sisters are, but he could have survived and went there, or Maul could have taken him there because Maul was on Malachor too, who knows. But either he was like dead or almost dead and they possessed him or revived him, or it's just he didn't die and it's him. And whatever species he is, that's how he dies. I don't know. But it was a cool connection to the other Inquisitor. But I like that too. Like they never even confirmed that if it is the 8th brother, it is the 8th brother. They never confirmed it. All those people out there, even us, all those people, were
I still want to
speculating. Who is he? Is he them? Is he them? It's just who cares? He's dead. You know. So
100%.
it's just cool to see that. I think it's got 9. Does it? There's Last Jedi. I don't know. I see 9. Okay.
Cowards.
Probably
So
somewhere in there.
then when did we get to the point where they fight the Inquisitor and they kill the Inquisitor?
I can't tell.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, I love this shirt. And then we keep going back and forth between that fight, and then Shin and Sabine. It happens. But like the Shin and Sabine fight was cool too, because Sabine's got her Mandalorian stuff on this time, so she's got not an advantage, but like kind of an even playing field this time because Mandalorians, their whole point, their whole history has been to make armor.
It's definitely on purpose
to go directly against Jedi. Like Jedi have lightsabers, and the Mandalorians have Beskar, so that blocks lightsabers.
Do you think they
Jedi
like
have
that the
Force.
Night Sisters just like
Mandalorians have
possess like
jetpacks
a
that
dead
help them
body?
jump and fly like the Jedi jump when they have the Force, or they have the grappling guns, the Force pull things, just like the Jedi Force pull. They always have their answer, so it's cool to see a Force user in Shin versus a Mandalorian who's trying to use the Force but doesn't use the Force. Yeah. And she reacted like she expected the Force, too. Like, Sabine tries to Force push her, and Shin kind of, like, recoils. But she's like, oh, you got nothing. So, yeah, I was like, I thought it was going to be, oh, she's going to, like, Force pull it to her. Well, could be. But I was like, she's going to try to Force pull her helmet to her or something I was expecting.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the point of it was. It was a cool shot because they were in the background, and you could still see who was who, even though it was blurred.
Interesting.
So you're watching the fight kind of through the helmet's eyes. I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
Does your shirt have Last Jedi? And
Probably.
on it,
I mean, like,
Filoni's
Filoni's always thinking everything he does is for a reason, but maybe
I
not.
love it. I almost bought that
everything.
shirt like
maybe this was
1,000
just a cool
times.
shot, like you said.
Oh, I see 9.
Probably,
I see,
'cause it was
unless-
cool.
Is that right here by your left
So then-
collarbone?
Sabine kind of has her beat here a little bit because she
Collarbone.
tries to use the Force on her.
Like
She,
right here.
it's like, oh, you got no power. But then
Is that
Sabine
9?
shoots
With Kylo's
Shin's
face?
lightsaber out of her hand with her little rocket launchers.
That
And
shirt's
Shin,
dope.
like,
I meant to
goes
get
all
that.
like magic on it, or like Batman in Dark Knight Rises when he like throws powder and the lights go out.
I know.
It's that same idea. She like
My ADD is
magic
kicking in
and
hard today.
disappears. So, yeah, there we go. Even better. Darkwing Duck. So she like freaks out. How old? 18. What? I was probably like 20s, so I get it. He's kind of a few. Batman's probably the closest one, but he's a few of them. That's true. And he does have always like an inner monologue going, like I am the knight or whatever. Like yeah. Yeah, as you should. Because there's 18 of them now.
First pull.
And the Flash movie had ones that were dead that just ghoulishly brought him back from the dead. So kind of like the big spoiler at the end. He's not dead, thankfully, but like
And she can
there's
tell
some of
she
that
can't
CGI
use the
trickery.
Force. She's
The
like,
big
"You
spoiler
have
at the
no
end of
power.
this episode.
She's
We'll get
weak
to.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, the character that comes back. Yeah. So Shin and Ahsoka.
Yeah. Did you notice
Well,
the
Ahsoka
shot
gets there
with
first.
her
Ahsoka
helmet on
gets
the
to the
ground
map,
while she was fighting?
And
What does that
Balin's
symbolize?
there. Morgan was like, "Protect this map. I'm
Lose
going
her
up to
head?
the Eye of Sion, so we can go get Thrawn." And Balin is like, you can tell he wants to protect the map.
Yeah, that
but
shot
he's
was
like,
cool.
I really don't want to fight Ahsoka.
Very cool.
I just don't want to because he's like, I'm
Still
gonna
see
either
them
have to
moving
kill
around.
her, which I
Yep.
don't want to, or she's gonna kill me, which I don't want to die. But like, I don't want to kill Ahsoka.
Sometimes
so
it's just like a cool shot, and there's nothing else to it
Yeah,
past
man.
that. Maybe that's one of the situations.
right, which is great because like, out of universe, he didn't exist
maybe it's just a
when
cool
all that
shot.
stuff was made. So of course, Anakin never
very
spoke
cool.
of him on screen because he didn't exist. But I guess he did exist. They just literally never talked about him. Yeah. Right. And just we never saw him. He was just over there, just off to the left. You never saw him. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you know what's wild though?
Darkwing Duck herself.
Sometimes they actually do something like that on purpose. Like I was watching Revenge of the
You
Sith.
know
the
what I
other
was
day,
before I realized that Darkwing Duck
and
was a
when
parody
Yoda
of Batman.
and Obi-Wan are walking through the temple, they go across
like 2-3
a
years
bridge full of dead younglings, and that's
ago. Had
Reva's
no idea.
group.
Had
of
no.
kids
I just never put it together.
from Reva's flashbacks.
They call him the Duck Knight.
Because like Obi-Wan is like looking over their bodies, and
Especially
they're
like the
"Oh,
more
this
recent
isn't from
stuff.
clones. These are lightsaber marks,
Yeah.
and I'm like, those are the kids from Reva's class. So when they
I'm auditioning as
made
Batman.
Obi-Wan series, yeah. No, I didn't know until I
No,
watched it
Patson's
the
the
other
best
day.
one.
Like when you go back and rewatch stuff, they do connect things. Like, yeah, that scene gave me goosebumps now because it's like, dang, we just saw.
Who?
Yeah, I'm like that. Yeah, it's like the kids that we saw get murdered
big
in this
spoiler to
flashback,
this episode?
where Reva was one of those kids.
Oh, the
who
reveal at the
survived.
very. Oh, okay.
Like they didn't use it in Revenge of the Sith. They used it in Kenobi. Yeah. No, I don't think I have either. But it's not like a long scene. Obi-Wan and Yoda are there for like 30 seconds, and they just move on to find out that Anakin killed them. Yeah. But they could do a freaking special edition. I mean, how many times have we seen that? So if
Yeah.
you ever want to, you could go back and
Dude,
they
their
could put
shit
in
talking back and forth was
Balin in the
incredible.
background somewhere.
Master
Or,
spoke. Anakin
whoever else
Skywalker
they've
spoke
added over
very
time.
highly of you. Oh, he didn't mention you at all.
yeah.
I was like, God damn.
I need to IMDb him because last week I was like, "This is the first thing I've seen him in," and you're like, "Oh, probably not." And I never looked into it. So let me see what else he's in.
That's what's such a hard thing to like wrap your head around when you first becoming like really deep into Star Wars. It's like you got to just pretend that guy existed. He was off screen doing something. Would it be great if they like retcon that like you see one of the Jedi from Episode 2 in the scene? It's like there he is. There's Balin.
He was in Thor. I don't know what
Yeah.
he was in Thor, but I really need to click on. He was Volstagg, whatever Volstagg is. Probably. I don't know.
Shit.
I'll keep looking through. Book of Eli. I've seen the Book of Eli. He's in the other guys? Well, I clicked on other guys first. I love the other guys.
Whoa. No way. They used that. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I remember Ray Stevenson
Holy
and
shit.
the other guys. He's like one of the villains. Yeah, okay. Wow. He does such a good job. They just have just his picture. Not
gave me goosebumps.
Not the character he
Look,
was in the movie.
holy
just him.
shit.
But
Oh my God.
I never put that together because, he looks and acts so much differently. Yeah.
Whoa.
That's
wild.
yeah.
I've not heard anyone talk about
He
that
was
yet.
Red Ridge in Book of Eli.
That's nuts,
Whoever
dude.
Red Ridge is. I don't remember. But I've seen that movie, so I've seen him in at least two things.
lightsaber marks.
Yeah, a little bit, just like a bigger. Andy Serkis is big. He's not like a small guy, but Ray's even bigger. Okay, so I've seen a few things at least of him. So cool. Wait.
I have to deep fake him, poor
Rebels?
dude.
What?
God, that's what.
So
That's
you must just voice a
especially.
different character?
I knew I liked him just from the look. Sometimes you see the
Now I
look and
gotta
it's
know
not.
who he voiced in Rebels.
No, he's definitely. It's definitely not the first thing. He's like a character
Sam
actor.
Witwer
He's like a
voiced
known
Palpatine.
character
I
actor.
did not know that.
I bet money he's
No.
been in something you've seen.
Right?
All right, so then
Okay,
we get
he's
there. They
just an
start talking
uncredited
shit to
voice.
each other back and
It just
forth.
says
They
Ray
have a
Stevenson.
really
Doesn't even
good
give him
lightsaber
character.
fight. Am I remembering that right? Yes, there was like all the
What
stance
if
switches
he's in
and
his
stuff.
voice
It was
in
just like
World Between
nerdy.
Worlds maybe or something? I don't know. Okay, so I've seen him in a few things. I'm not going to go down
Who
his
was
whole
he in
list. But
Thor?
yeah. Yeah. It's he's
Yeah,
perfect
he's. I mean,
for it.
he's been in a ton
So,
of stuff.
but yeah, this fight is awesome because of the banter,
looked him
like
up
you
when
said,
it got
which
announced.
I love the sequels and I love the sequel lightsaber fights, but
Is he one of the, like
Episode 9 has some
Thor's
decent
buddy?
banter, but it's more of just like them figuring out the Force bond thing. It's not like actual character
I fucking
banter.
love that movie.
This
Who's
is
he
the
in Book
best
of
like
Eli?
back and forth I think we've had in lightsaber fights.
I just rewatched
Yeah.
Book of Eli about 2 years ago. That's such a great movie.
Yeah, because Last Jedi, as great as it is, doesn't have
That
an
twist at
official
the end, you're like,
lightsaber
holy-
fight. Yeah, no. And there's no banter between the Praetorian guards, like because they don't talk. So like,
Let me see him.
he does such a good job. They just have his like just his picture. He's not the character. No.
Oh, it's so funny. I see it. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I love that movie's hilarious.
Right? Solo doesn't have it. Yeah.
That's the Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg movie, right? The other guys. Yeah, that's a great movie. That opening scene is so fucking funny.
No. No, but I think the more stuff we get, the better it gets
I don't
because
know
of
the
the
movie
new
that
stuff.
well.
Like Rebels makes it better, and now seeing
He
more
looks
of
like
the
Andy
Rebels
Serkis.
crew, and Ahsoka makes
Doesn't
Rogue
he?
One better. It just keeps getting better.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a bigger Andy
Wow.
Serkis. Yeah, it's funny.
I liked it better then than I do now, but I still like it now. But I never said it was my favorite.
Yeah, he's awesome. I feel like I saw that somewhere.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, I don't know. Maybe I didn't know that.
Yeah, my mind is
You didn't know
just Scarif.
Yeah.
Just the hallway scene.
Up until I got Ian McDermott. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Now we got to go back and
No,
find
100%.
which one
But
who it was.
Yeah.
That would be nuts.
Yeah. But
Talented actor.
the banter is crazy
Great
because
in
like
this role.
we don't get
God
really
damn,
any
it's
of
a
that
shame he's
in
gone.
any
It's a
lightsaber
shame.
fights until now. But like Empire Strikes Back probably was the best banter in a lightsaber fight. Yeah. Like there's some most of the dialogue in the Tom's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
In Revenge of the Sith, the finale battle is pretty good there. There's some bad dialogue in that battle too, but
This is the most lightsaber fights we've
You
had
think so?
since the
Okay.
prequels. I mean, this
Yeah.
might have per capita.
but
the
that's like
most
some back and forth there.
lightsaber fights. Doesn't have a single
Attack
one.
of the Clones, we get
Not
a little bit with
single
Dooku and Yoda, and that's pretty cliche. Like that's all just like your powers are so strong. Oh, mine are
it's funny.
stronger.
Like
that's
I
basically
know
the
it's like a
dialogue,
criticism, but like Mando doesn't.
yeah, it's like very.
You know what I mean? Like
cliche
you don't
dialogue,
have to
so
have it to be a good
not
Star
bad.
Wars movie.
And Maul
Rogue One
doesn't
have it.
speak
Rogue
in
One's
Phantom Menace
awesome.
during the battle
I
anyway,
think
so
it has
there's no
changed so
banter
much
there.
on Rogue One.
But this is like
Yeah.
the best banter.
I don't know why.
since
It clicked with me
Empire
last time I
Strikes
watched
Back,
it.
probably.
It's still not like my favorite or anything, but it's still. I still would keep it probably where it is in my list. Second, it's better.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so emotionally
Mhm.
driven. Yeah, that's probably the best. You're right.
Rogue One's
Yeah.
fun. You know, when Rogue One came out, I was saying it was my favorite Star
Yeah,
Wars
it
movie
really
of all
is.
time. Did you
And
know that?
a lot of the
On
same
podcast, I said
stuff
that.
too, because like it's Balin just taunting Ahsoka the whole
I
time.
was like, damn, that's
and
really because
just
I
like
thought it was
Vader
really
does
cool.
Luke,
Like,
and they,
you know, that just shows
right?
how like
He's like,
how
well,
much
I'm here to talk about
a
my
powerful
future.
ending can
It's like-
affect perception.
At the end,
of a
though,
movie.
like he
because
gets
the whole
Ahsoka
movie's
because
fine.
he's like,
and then
you
that
just got to
ending
run
is
away
so
and
fucking awesome. And then
like
it
you did
goes
to
into
Anakin.
episode
You know,
4.
he just keeps
And, like,
poking
that
at her
is
and
just,
jabbing
like,
at her. and
when you
she
think of
freaks
that
out here
movie,
and even goes dark side
That's what
too.
you think of. That
Yeah,
hallway
she does
scene.
start the fight because Balin doesn't want to.
There's 2 hours and 20 minutes of
He's
stuff
such a
before
good
that.
character.
Like no one
I
even
can't.
thinks about it.
I know.
Because there are some
It-
long drawn.
It started just by he's an
anyway,
awesome.
back to
the,
Ahsoka.
the costume
Chapter
is
4.
awesome. Awesome.
Halfway
design
through the
is
season,
awesome.
man.
And then,
What a
like,
good way to
the
like
actor is
season
awesome.
finale.
And also
for
writing
lack of
him
a better term.
awesomely.
That's
Like
not-
he's
yeah,
he's
not a finale. We're
near
done with that, but-
perfect. Yeah.
Midway
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. So Shin runs up and Ahsoka's like,
Yeah,
Sabine's
back
dead.
and forth between
Shin killed her, so
Luke
she
and-
just freaks out
Luke
here.
and Vader.
the hyperspace coordinates are downloading or uploading, whatever. The Eye of Sion.
Some bad.
Yes.
I think you would agree.
I don't know. That's a good name. It's a good name for a ship.
You have
That sounds
done
like a
that
Nile
yourself.
They would be like, this is the
That's
Nest.
not bad.
Some of the Nile ship names are not good.
That's
Or at least they
horrible.
don't fit Nile. One of them is like called the Elegancy or something. I'm like, the Nile aren't about elegance? Like,
evil inside you.
I hope so, because I'm like, that's terrible.
That's not a
And
bad
like
Yoda.
even Markion Rose ship is called the Electric Gaze. I'm like, what does that mean? What
Yeah.
does that even mean? Like, so dumb.
Tatooine
But
is sparsely
That
populated.
sounds like a Nile name. They should change Markion Rose ship to
Yeah,
the
I would agree.
Nest.
I would agree. And there's really
Yeah.
not much. Well, Revenge of the Sith, Return
So,
of the Jedi.
Morgan Elsbeth is up in
Has
the Eye
the
of Sion.
best.
just
Shit
in the
talking
cockpit
about Leia.
waiting, and
if
while
I
this whole
can't turn
fight's
you,
going
I'll
on.
turn your sister,
She
and he
could help the
freaks
fight.
out.
She's
Yeah.
freaking Night Sister.
That might
She
be the
would've-
best.
They would have won the fight.
That might be the best.
pretty
That might
easily
be
if
the
it was
best.
3 against
Up until this
Ahsoka.
one. This one's up in contention.
Ahsoka's a badass, but like
For this
They
little like
probably would've
subcategory of lightsaber fights we've came up with. Yeah.
I got a gun in my room right
I'm not
now.
here to talk about my past.
We'll shoot them together. How about no, Scott?
Gangster. He's so
That's
gangster,
the same
dude.
idea. Yep. One of the best sequels too. 3 is a big drop off. Gold Member's not that great, but 1 and 2 are
She
pretty
starts
good.
the fight. She starts it.
I think so. I think
Nope.
so too.
I love his character so much, dude. I love his character so fucking much.
With the asparagus.
And the design.
Yep, that's great. And I like the
Yeah.
bookcase scene too. Like
It's
the
just a
subtitles are in
perfect
the
character.
bookcase.
Like, he's so great.
So it always looks like they're
It's
saying
such a
something
shame
dirty,
he's
but they're,
gone,
like,
man.
Not.
God, what a shame. All right, anyway.
You got to watch that
so
scene.
then
It's like 5 minutes before the fountain scene when they're in the
during
yeah.
during this time too, the reason he's protecting what he's protecting is because they're trying to upload the coordinates to get to the hyperspace.
Yeah, so-
to the nest. What is it
What
called
point
again?
does Ahsoka
Eye
grab
of
the map?
Sion.
After Shin shows
Where
up?
the fuck did the nest come
No.
from?
Before Shin shows up.
nest.
So
It is a good A for sure.
yeah.
It does.
Ray,
yeah.
Ray
the nest.
Stevenson. But Balin is positioning himself at all times between Ahsoka and the map. Like, so it's like a fight up between them two, but also he
I
can't
think it's
switch
I
sides
think it's
in this
a
fight. He has to
tongue-in-cheek
always stay
kinda
like
thing.
between her and the map.
it has to be.
So it's even harder
Has
for
to
him. And the banter's great there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so
hate
earlier I was
that
like, this
name.
is why she's using
Yeah.
the bigger hilt of her 2 hilts, so she can keep both hands on it. So she has so
Electric
much leverage
Gaze
and
sounds like a
power. And
U2
also
song.
She's a lot on the defensive here because she starts the fight, but he does eventually just start wailing on her. And his fighting
Being a
style is
bitch.
like part Vader
Yeah, I know,
and
right?
part Kylo. I feel like it's a kind of a combination between them. He's not as wild.
This is
and
the
crazy
this
aggressive
is
as
the
Kylo.
the thing from
But he's not
Austin
as, like,
Powers with Dr.
tamed and
I'll
like
just shoot him in the head. Like,
super
no, I'm gonna
stoic as
go
Vader.
and
He's
I'm gonna
kinda, like,
leave
right
and
in
then
the
come
middle of
back.
it, and I love that. I love his fighting style.
We'll shoot them together.
So eventually, Ahsoka gets around.
It's one of the
Balin,
funniest movies of
and
all
she
time.
grabs the map.
Austin Powers 2 is one of the best
And
comedies ever made.
Morgan and
It's
her
so
droids up in
goddamn
the Eye of
funny.
Sion
Oh,
are
for
like-
sure.
Lord Balin is
Yeah.
failing, whatever. The
No,
coordinates
but
stopped
2
uploading or
is
whatever.
like
and Ahsoka
2 is I think 2 is
is
better
holding
than
the
1.
map as long as she
and
can.
1's pretty
but
good,
she can,
but
but
2
it's like
is
burning
just
her
so
hand,
fucking
'cause
funny.
It's been in this Night Sister flame.
The only
yeah,
thing that
so
Golden
it's
Member
like,
makes me laugh is
Yeah.
the scene where he's peeing in the fountain.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You would think because like
That's
that was the
that's
thing
the
that
best
I
part
love.
of that movie.
I've never seen Kingdom Hearts, but I love Hades and I love Hercules. But that's another thing too that always bugged me. Like his hair is blue, but when he gets
I don't
extra
remember
mad,
that.
it turns
I've
red,
only
like
seen it
the
once.
opposite. Like blue flame is the hottest
Okay.
flame, so it should have been.
It's time for a rewatch
inverse,
of Austin
but
Powers,
Maybe
baby.
it's
Let's
something
go.
like that same kind of idea.
All right, so
So
as they're uploading
she
the
grabs
coordinates,
the
the
map,
fight
but it,
starts.
like,
Blah, blah, blah.
burns
Go
her
ahead,
hand.
sorry. I'm not going to interrupt you again.
Ah, okay, nice. That's breaking news
No,
for most people.
It's
breaking
before.
news. We already knew that though.
because when she's
We
on the
already knew.
ground,
He has a hot mom. I thought that was going to be his thoughts on Ahsoka. I was really excited. Ugh. They're uploading, just like the coordinates to the Eye of Sion. Ahsoka has stopped his upload. So she throws down the map because it's so hot. Her hand is burned, so she can't use that other hand anymore on the lightsaber to help strengthen her blocks because Balin's so huge. So she gets cornered on the cliff because she's losing to Balin. And Balin's like, it doesn't have to be this way, but you only know one way. So more trash talking going on there. And then Shin shows up, and Ahsoka's like, she thought Sabine was dead. So she's like, oh, Shin killed Sabine. So she, like, force grabs Shin and throws her against the wall. Like, Yeah. That was you could feel her hitting the tree. Kylo does it to Rey. Yeah, it knocked Sabine's helmet off. It flew off. And earlier, I keep saying Rey, but Balin throws a rock at Ahsoka, and that felt very Vader on Cloud City, like throwing stuff at Luke. Yeah, that was cool to see. So she kind of throws Shin out of the picture, and then Sabine does show up, and right before Balin pushes Ahsoka off the cliff, Sabine grabs the map, and she's like,
fire thing,
don't
green,
move,
creepy,
whatever.
evil
And Balin's
fire.
like,
Why is all evil fire
kind
green?
of in the middle, is like, what do I do? And Ahsoka's like, destroy the map, just shoot it, destroy the map. And
Kingdom Hearts, it's green,
she can't
fire.
do it. And Balin, I think, might even say that. She's like, she can't do it, or she won't do it. And then Balin pushes Ahsoka off the cliff. And, like, obviously she's not dead, but she's out of the picture for the next 5 minutes, which is all they need.
Hot as flame, yeah.
And this is when we get the cool stuff we were saying earlier, where Sabine has to make that choice, which was hinted at, we didn't even mention earlier in the episode.
This
Ahsoka
just
was
in from
like,
Tom
if it comes
Oakry.
to it, and
Tell everyone
it's
Kyle
either
has
no
a
one
hot
gets
mom.
to Thrawn and Ezra, or we get to Thrawn and Ezra.
Don't know what it
We
means.
have to pick no one. And Sabine's like, well, it's not coming to that, so we're fine. So then it does come to that. Yeah.
I thought it was too. He said he was sending it, and then that's what he got. That's what he said.
Mhm. That's what I'm saying. Earlier, I was like, the character doesn't suck, but like, she sucks right now. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, yeah. No, yeah. It's like, when I'm saying like Sabine sucks, I'm not saying the writing and stuff of her suck. It just sucks what she's doing. She screwed the entire galaxy just to see Ezra. But in a way, though, I'm happy, though, because that means we get the First Order because of her. So she sucks, but she doesn't suck. But Balin's like, you should listen to your
really
master.
hard.
You should destroy it.
And she also did the
And
same
she
thing to Sabine
obviously
earlier
can't do
episode
it.
and like fucked her up. That was like
And he's like, tell you what, how about
that was
you
like-
give it to me?
that was like when
and
he
you
did it to
willingly
Rey
come with me
in
to
The Force
Ezra,
Awakens.
'cause we have a common goal. You want to see Ezra,
Yeah.
and I want
God, I
a
forgot
greater
about that.
good. What is this greater good he wants to help? Because he obviously doesn't care about Thrawn. He doesn't care about the Empire.
Yeah, but she
I don't
cuts
know
through
what
it.
this greater good is he's
It was very
ultimately
cool.
seeking. Because even Shin asks him earlier in, episode 2 or whatever, she's like, what are we going to get when we get to Thrawn? And he's like, some people are going to get war, some people are going to get a new beginning, but we're going to get power. So, like, what do Shin and Balin want? That's what I want to know. And we'll get there eventually.
She like holds a gun to
Maybe.
it.
I don't know. Maybe. Me neither. Yeah, so they plug. I think you just gonna. And earlier, Ahsoka can't use that damaged hand to hold her hilt, but as the blade's coming closer, she uses the Force to like push back, which was cool to see. Because like in Episode 9, we see Rey and Kylo stop an
It's no
oncoming
one.
blade with the Force,
Yeah.
but now we see Ahsoka use it to help her own blade push back again.
She talks in
So,
absolutes.
yeah,
It drives me
they
insane.
plug the map back in,
I
get the coordinates back.
I
up to
always really
Elsbeth.
liked Sabine, and she was one of the characters I was most
Earlier
excited to
in
see
the
make the jump to
episode,
live action
Hera
from the show.
And it goes Rogue One, and it's like, they told me not to
I think
come
she's supposed to, but she's pissing me off.
save them,
Yeah, she's pissing me
save
off.
Ahsoka and save Sabine, but I'm going to go do it.
No, you just don't like
Nice.
the character, which means they're
We'll
doing
figure
a
out a
good
way.
job of writing it.
Just
'cause
hold
you're
it to the
not supposed
mic
like
or
her.
something. But earlier in the episode, she goes straight up like Cassian and Jyn, Rogue One, where she's like, they told me not to leave, but I'm going to go leave. And she gets 5 X-Wings to come with her. And one of them is Carson Teva. So and she's like, thanks for joining the party, And he's like, we're always a rebel, or she says it, one of the two. Like, always a rebel. Nice. What if it is? What if it is? Yeah. And she brings Jason with her, and Jason's like, why do you get to disrespect orders and go against orders, and I have to listen to you? And she's like, well, when you're a general, you can disobey orders. Yeah, he's got to be. Yeah. Hopefully he goes to Luke's temple, and then the Knights of Ren handle him. That would be awesome. Fans would be so upset, but I'd be so happy. I'd be so happy. That's one way to like legitimize the Knights of Ren, if they kill a fan favorite, Jason Solo. Because I don't mind that. I didn't want them to kill Grogu, so I'm glad Grogu.
Something.
I'm glad
maybe they're gonna have.
Yeah,
something
I'm glad
to do with the
Grogu's
First
not
Order.
a part of it. Yeah, I'm
I
glad
can't wait
Grogu's
to
not a
find
part
out.
of it,
This show
so
has
that
just
doesn't
been
happen.
crushing it. So
but
then we get to the very end of this.
I hope
he
it's
pushes
Jason now.
Ahsoka
That's
off
what I hope.
of a kicks her. Does he kick her? I forget what happens.
Mm-hmm. So they get.
Yeah.
I hope that's a thing. That's the new thing. Well, they listen. So
Push against it.
take that idea if you haven't already. Do it. The coordinates are there, and then Morgan's like, come on up to the Eye of Sion so we can go. And Ray takes, I keep saying Ray. Balin takes his saber. Ray from Star Wars. Which is a logical
an
leap
audio
because
file.
we are talking about Star Wars. So Balin takes his
play it
saber
after-
and
we'll
destroys
play
the
it after
map.
this.
And Shin kind of looks at him a little confused, and Balin's like, no one will be following us now or something. So, like, obviously, somehow Ahsoka's going to get there, but it's not going to be because of the map.
That was so cool.
So Shin
I loved
and
that.
Balin and Sabine go up to the Eye of Sion. And Morgan
He reminds me of a
and
leader
they're
I
all
had
there,
at
and
Disney
they,
named Randy.
take
He looks
off.
just like
They
him. I love that
engage
guy.
the hyperdrive.
That'd be wild.
They take off
They
the
look very
coordinates.
similar.
The Ghost and the 5 X-wings get caught in the middle, but because it's a ring, it's not like a holdo maneuver, so they don't get blown up. But three of the X-wings
He's
do
for sure
kinda crash
force
and
sensitive,
are
right?
gone. So
Gotta be.
right.
Because there's a line at the end of this.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So they
there's
get
no
the,
sound
they get the
either,
coordinates
but
up.
there's a lot of sound in Star Wars space. So
Oh my god.
I think that's someone's probably done that on YouTube, like an edit. I'm sure there's a silent.
Oh.
Somebody- It'd be so easy to do.
Dude.
You just mute the sound whenever they go to
Dude.
space. So thankfully Carson
Holy
Tepper's
shit.
survived. So that's good because I like
Could
him.
you
Who doesn't
imagine if
like
they've-
him? We all love him.
They killed
And then-
Jason Solo. Or Jason Solo. Jason Sandula. Holy shit.
Who cares?
That would be hilarious. Oh my god.
True, but maybe they're gonna.
And that would
blend it in.
explain
They've
why
already
he's not
blended it a little
around.
bit in with
Well,
Mando
he's
season
young
3,
at this point, but
and
still.
a little bit now with Ahsoka. Yeah.
Of
Right.
all
That's what Star Wars is
things
about,
we've
though.
ever
That's what
said
we
on
do.
the show that we hope to come true, I
I
hope
don't
that
even know
comes
what
true.
happens before
That
the
would
big
be
thing.
crazy.
I don't think anything
Oh, they
else.
do. So
So
it'll happen.
we get to Ahsoka, and there's this cool transition
All right,
from the
so they
cliff
they
to
finally get
the
they
path
get blasted
to the
off
water
into hyperspace.
to one of the pathways in the world between worlds. And that's a spoiler, big one. But here's the biggest one. So somehow, if you
And
made
when you
this
say
far,
Ray, I'm thinking of
don't
Ray
listen. But
from
the
Star
spoiler
Wars.
is Anakin Skywalker is in the world
I'm like,
between
wait,
worlds.
Ray's there?
The one they just put out today. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Star Wars? And I've read comments that were pissed, rightfully so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 100%. Yeah. What if they're on vacation or something? You know, like there's time. True. But this is like a better looking Anakin than we got in Obi-Wan. They actually de-aged him. He looks really good, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I
kinda
don't have any complaints with the way he looks here.
Crash.
People are saying the whole deep
Which
fake
there's no
looks
gravity in
off and
space,
stuff.
that makes
I'm
no
like,
sense, but-
I didn't think at all. I think it looked great. This looked better than even like Luke
Could you
and Mando.
imagine it was just all silent?
Yeah, I think it looked really good. And
That
he's
has
just
to
like,
be.
I didn't expect to
Star
see
Wars,
you here
but
so
actual
soon.
proper
And I was
science.
like, I don't know
Oh my
what this
god,
means.
that doesn't exist. We just
And at
gave someone a
first,
great idea.
in the
I
message
know.
we were talking, I was like, oh, there must be a portal or a door to the world between worlds at the bottom of that cliff. And you're like, that's really convenient. And it would be really convenient. But I don't
like him
think that's
too.
what
He's
it
a good
is. I think
character.
Anakin did what Ezra did.
Rest in
and
peace
pulled
to the
her
Rangers of the New
into
Republic show that was supposed to happen.
Yeah,
I still
pulled her
bitter
into
about
the
that.
world between worlds,
Me, a lot.
which also
That show would have been
questions
great. It would have been
what
like
Anakin is
a
this,
Rogue
'cause
One
he's not
style
a Force
show.
ghost. So how is he there? What? So this is like Revenge
Yeah.
of the Sith era Anakin.
You get a lot
So
more of that
he's still
guy, that poor
alive.
guy. Relegated to a background character. It is.
Oh, I didn't look at the hilt. Oh, I need to go back and look at the hilt.
So I don't think nothing else. That's it. You go to it shows like this like transition. Oh, that was the water.
Yeah, I didn't even look. Well, we get backtracking even more. We get before Ahsoka turns around to see him. We get him saying "snips," and that point,
It's
like
on their
that
poster. You see Star Wars
made all the
posted
tears
it.
come. Taylor and I are
Dude,
sitting on the couch
stop.
bawling just by hearing Hayden Christensen
that.
call
You gotta-
Ahsoka "snips."
You gotta
Without even
give them a
seeing
week.
him.
You gotta give people a
At
week.
first, you're like,
I
oh, it
think
could
a
just
week
be
is
the
fair on a
voices
show
in the
like
world
this.
between worlds because
Because if you really
in
care, you're
Rebels,
watching
you
it.
can hear
But you gotta give people a week.
Luke and Obi-Wan and even Rey you can hear in the world between worlds. So it's
There's
kinda
no
like, oh,
vacation
it's
that could
just
stop me
Hayden's
from
voice.
watching
They're not really going all the way.
Can you please take that
But
from
they
him?
do, and Anakin is right there behind her. What saber is it though?
I know. Yep, he looks. He doesn't look 42, pretending to be 20.
It's either
No, he
Revenge
looked
of the
great
Sith or right before Revenge of the Sith Anakin. Like it's right in that
I
time
didn't get
period.
it
So
at all. Yeah, I thought.
I don't know what era it is.
I agree.
or-
I agree. This looks fantastic. This is.
It's like an all
Yeah.
black hilt
Whoa.
except the
Yeah,
switch,
I'm so
which is
confused.
silver. I don't know if I. That makes it really confusing. I hope it's Anakin. That kind of takes away from the awesomeness if it's not really Anakin.
While she was drowning or something.
I hate that feature. You tried
Yeah,
to
it could be.
But that leads to the question of though, like,
So it's got to be something from.
if it hopefully it is
saved her
Anakin,
at some
'cause it
point.
takes away the coolness of
Yeah.
it if it's not really.
No,
him.
I think it's
But if
even
it
before
is,
that because his lightsaber hilt was
when did
the
he go into the world between
one
worlds?
from
and
2.
How did he find out about it?
Actually, let me before I read or Tom gives his thoughts. Let me go back and look at that because I looked at the hilt, but it was one of those things where I
don't
was
have
so
live
overwhelmed
photos.
with
If
what
you
was
hold
happening.
it down, it does like a.
I wasn't expecting
cheap
to see it so
knockoff version
quickly.
of a live photo,
I
but if
thought
you
I
just
didn't
click
think we'd
it-
get that. I didn't think
you
we'd get
can't
that
really undo
at
it.
all.
I would just delete it and try again. It's an Android, man. Androids
Yep.
don't have great cameras. I think iPhones are better.
Without even seeing him, because at first you're like, oh, it could just be the voices in the world between worlds. Because in Rebels, you can
But if okay, it's big though, because like I don't recognize it.
so it's about, I'm like, oh, it's just Hayden's voice. They don't
Let me
really
pause it.
know away. But they do, and Anakin's right there behind him.
Well, you can take it off, right? Oh, you can't take it off. Ugh, sorry. Stupid Disney Plus setup.
It's hard to tell.
It's either Revenge of the Sith or right before Revenge of the Sith Anakin. Like it's right in that time period.
I don't know if you got it. It's close. Okay.
I don't know if this is something I've ever seen of Anakin. The only thing it might be is that it might be reflecting off the.
It's like an all black hilt except the switch.
Just the pathway in the world between worlds.
Maybe it's not really Anakin.
That makes it really awesome.
I can't tell. I can't tell, but I think there's a reason you can't tell.
Yeah.
Let me see your phone because you can't screenshot on Disney
Well,
Plus.
I hope it's really him. Next week's definitely Thrawn.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
want to zoom in.
Like
and
they're
see.
saving that reveal for a theater. That's such a cool way to show Thrawn. Yeah. But the whole Anakin thing just it's confusing because the world between worlds is confusing, but it also has rules unlike most multiverse time travel
I got it
things.
the last second too.
As it should be.
Oh
But,
no,
like,
that's wait, what
You
happened?
can't leave.
You like live
like,
photos? Is
let's
that
use
what
the
this
Rebels
is?
example. Ahsoka can't leave the Malachor door and go onto the Lothal door.
How do
She
you
has to go
undo it?
back into Malachor. So she doesn't really travel through time. Like she leaves that time
God
for a
damn it.
second, but she goes back. So wherever Anakin came from, he has to go
Androids
back.
have great cameras. Some would even. I think
Right.
Android has technically better
But
cameras.
it does involve like you can go to a different time, but you can't go to a new time. You have to return to your
Son of a
time.
fuck.
You go from your time to a place that isn't time. If
All
that
this
makes
just
sense.
to see what lightsaber this is. This is how dedicated we are.
Because the world between worlds is just a void. So you go from wherever you are to that void,
Pausing it
but
kinda
you have to go
gets
back
the
to where
thing in
you
the
came
way,
from.
That's why I was not pausing it.
So you could get two people to interact with each other in the void of the world between worlds. Like Rey could talk to frickin' Stellan Geos in the world between worlds, but yeah, they could never join each other in their own world, but they can come to the void in the middle
I
and
did.
see each other. Which is the big solution to the theme park problem of there's
only
no
thing it might be
Vader,
is that it
where's
might be
Vader?
reflecting
So
off
just build a portal that goes to world
the,
between worlds on two, so we can see whatever character we want.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Some
The world
deep
between worlds is a big black room.
analysis. I
That's
can't
all
tell.
it is. Like,
I can't tell, but I think there's a reason you can't tell.
which it is.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
So where does this go?
And you can't. But and they
We
say
gotta
it
be-
in
we
Rebels,
gotta
like,
be
you
a
can't
Thrawn.
change
We gotta
anything
be a
that's
Thrawn
happened. So she
next
could tell
week.
Anakin everything.
I'm
but
going
it's
to
not
the
gonna
theater,
matter.
so
it's good. It's not time travel, but the
pretty
lazy
cool.
way to
Especially
put
with
it
it being
is
free.
it's good
That's
time
awesome,
travel.
too.
They know how to do it. That's the lazy way.
It is,
if
but I
someone
think
asks,
if
like,
anyone
well,
can
it's
explain
time
it-
travel, I would just say like it's just a void you go to
This is a
where there
5-minute
is no
clip.
time, but you can't go anywhere else but where you came
Tommy,
from. So
fuck.
you can't. Kinda.
Like, let's use the rebels here. Ahsoka can't leave the Malachor door and go on to the Lothal. She has to go back into Malachor.
Yeah.
She doesn't really travel through time. Like, she leaves that time for a second, but she goes back. So wherever Anakin came from, he has to go
It's less time travel and more Portal, the game.
But it does involve, like, you can go to a different time, but you can't go to a new time. You have to return to your time.
Yeah.
You go from your time to a place that isn't time, if that makes sense. The world between worlds is just a void. So you go from wherever you are to a void. You have to go back to where you
Yeah.
So you could get two people to interact with each other in the void of the world between worlds. Like
But he can't go into her time period.
freaking Stellan Geos.
Yeah.
Between worlds.
But you can't. See, that's actually a cool concept.
They can never join each other in
Yeah.
their own world, but they can come to the void in the middle and see each other,
That's pretty dope.
which is the big solution to the theme park.
Now,
There's no Vader. Where's Vader? Build a portal that goes to the world between worlds on the two.
that'd be dope.
We can see whatever character we want. It's not
All right, I don't hate it. Now, but here's the thing: if this is Anakin before he turns into Vader, that's even more. It has to be, right? So that's even more interesting because she knows what happens already. Oops.
They said she could tell Anakin everything. That's not gonna matter.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
The lazy way to put it is it's good time travel.
It's. I don't really know what you call it, but besides time travel, but it's not. It's
Lazy way.
yeah. How would you describe it though?
I would just say like
It's a portal into.
where there is no time, but you can't go anywhere else but where you came.
Okay. It's a paradox almost. All right, let's hear Ginger Fuck's opinion on the show. And this is going to be how we wrap the show up. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys on the next one. Until then, stay safe. May the Force be with you.